Hey, good morning. Oh, I'll show you the different. Yeah, school's about to start. I'm just looking at the ground here. Hope I can get it. See these little discs? Hope I can get that. See that? Yeah, they stand. Please stand here. Health screening line. Health screening line. It's a school, and school's about to start. Yeah, today. If I didn't give the date, today is August 25, 2020, and the time is approximately 7:55 a.m. And I'm with the gang here. Yes, my little doggy woggies. I wanted to get up early for a while now, and I've mentioned that in one of my videos. And I got a new mic for my Apple, my iPad phone. I mean my iPhone. Yeah, the other one, the ear. One of the ears fell off. It got caught in the wheel of my shopper cart. Yeah, let me show you the gang. I have to turn around the camera. I should. See there? There. No. Okay, I hope I got them all. Yeah. So the shopper cart I had draped over the earplugs over the handles, and then it had fallen, got caught in between the wheels, unknowing, and it pulled off. It was still working with one ear, and I think I used it for something to test something out, and it sounded garbled. So I said, hey, I'm not going to take a risk. So I want my audio to be heard. Yeah, I want the audio to be heard. So I said, let me invest, because I'm buying, because I did buy the items yesterday at my favorite electronics store, B&H. They give you excellent customer. No, I'm not like paid by them to say that. But I've been going to them for a couple of years now, and they're Orthodox Jews, but they hire everybody. Yes, they do. They hire the whole rainbow of New Yorkers, and they're honest. They're honest with me, and they have, it's excellent service. So I go there. I continue to go there. But anyway, let me go on the other side. Wow, this debris on the floor. These U shapes. I've never seen this before. Let me show you them. Yeah. I don't know what those are. That's new. That is new for me. Come on. Come on, Lobby. Yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, so I bought my equipment, the external drives for my Mac. So I'm trying to, because I was using these devices, and the hub with the USB port, for the USB port, keeps dropping the line, and it could damage the SD drive, the SD card. I'm sorry. So I said I can't have that. So you guys want to go on that side? No, Lavin, you go on the other side. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. So I have one dog on my left, one dog on my right, and the one in the middle, in the cart. And yeah, they'll get me all tangled up. So this is the first time people walking barefooted. Come on. Yeah, people walking barefoot. It's really getting bad where I live. Come on. Come on, baby. Good morning. That's nice. Yes. A sincere compliment is always nice to hear in the morning. Yeah, I just got up. Okay, I'll put you in the cart. Yeah, that's Lily. She wants to get it. That's the little mask. She wants to get in the cart. Let me get the little mask off her then. If she's in the cart, I take off the little mask. She's trying to take it off now. Get it off. Yeah, see that? Yeah. It's to prevent her from eating from the ground, stuff from the ground. The items could be very dangerous. You just try to maneuver. So now I'm repositioning my little boy. Now he's on my left rather than the right. The left side has the subway grating, and he's afraid of it. He's afraid of the trains going by, like right now. Yes, okay, so now I'm off. Now this should be better. My belt. Boy, I was wondering what was hitting me from behind. The strap for my belt uncame. That is so tacky. It must have looked funny. Yeah, with the belt, this was dangling off in the back. So, yeah, so that should do it. Yeah, I like when I walk, I want to feel like got everything together, you have your supplies that you need for the errand. Your dogs are in tow, everybody's protected, they have their mask, the cones so they won't put stuff in the nose, they have the water. I commend you mothers who have human babies and you have your strollers. You might have 2 or 3 kids and you have to make sure you have everything you're going to need. So yes, I had gone shopping yesterday and I bought these earplugs that you see now, and then I bought the train. Yeah, the trains, you'll be hearing them a lot. This is the 8th Avenue line, the subway station. So, yes, I bought a lot of stuff yesterday for my workstation, my computer workstation. So, 2 external drives one external drive for my PC, my Mac, and then I bought 2 for my PC. So if I can't get my Mac to work, to do live videos, so I use OBS software, and it's not, the operating system on it is not compatible for the Mac, like the Catalina is the new operating system for the Mac, but it's not compatible with OBS current version. I have seen on the internet ways to go around it, but it doesn't seem to be working for me. So I have to somehow fix the problem. And if it doesn't, then I'll just use my PC to do the live stream. So that's what I'm doing right now. What else? Yeah. Oh, and I bought a new hub. Because remember I mentioned that my oh wow, all these bugs, these water bugs, dead water bugs. Sorry about that. That's New York. Wow, that's something. You usually don't see them, but I get because a lot of the stores were vacant for the COVID, so they must have the merchants. The merchants, you know, they're returning to reopen. I guess they fumigated and all that. So, oh well. So I get distracted. Yeah. Yeah, this is the earliest I've been outside in a long time. Boy, more water bugs, dead water bugs. Shoo. Wow. So I'm really hoping to get my workstation to get, oh, I also bought a tripod. The tripod is a little baby one. It stands about maybe 8 inches tall. It's the one with the little knobby legs. Because I'm thinking about using the camera that I actually have attached to my Mac. Because if I can't get it to work, I'll just use it independently, the camera. It's a really good camera, the Lumix camera. And it can get really ultra clear, the focus. I just have to learn how to use it. Okay, sometimes I can get it to work really nice, and it's hard. Another dead water bug. Another one. Yeah, and it's right next to a store, a vacant store. Come on. Okay, baby. Yeah, so I'm hoping that I'm able to get something going really well. Also today, I have to do laundry. That's another reason why I got up early. I was actually planning to just do the laundry early in the morning, like right now. And then when I come back to walk the dogs, I said, no, you know, let me get them out now. Get it out of this system. Yeah, my little girl, Lily, the white one, she wanted to get in the stroller. Yeah, she's recuperating from her surgery. She's almost like 100. Okay. So that's what it is. Just wanted you to go, wow, it's filthy. It's like they must have thrown the garbage pail over in the sidewalk. Here, let me show you this. I might as well show you this. Why hide it? It's quiet. See that? See that? Hope I got it. With all this COVID, why throw that garbage out there? Well, see, you have a lot of homeless where I live. Let me fix her, I'm gonna fix her leash. Since I have her walking on the left side, I'm gonna move the ring on the left side too. You just take a moment. Sorry. I just want to be able to walk without any interruptions. Oops, I thought I got it off. Okay, got it off. Now I'm going to put it on the other one. I'm sorry about that. I try to get all settled, but sometimes when you're on your journey, you have to make adjustments, right? Sometimes they don't want to walk on the left, sometimes they don't want to go on the right. You know, you gotta be flexible. People. Wow, more garbage. Oh wow, what's going on here? See all here? Look at that, all this garbage. And more garbage there. See that? Look at that. Well, my belt. This is going to be one of these days. My belt just, went back again. I thought I fixed it. It's going to be one of those days. Oh, okay. I'm going to tuck it in here. That might work. It came out again, so I just see that it has a little space in there, so I tucked it in there. Leave it. Wow. Wow. It's usually not like this. See, I show these videos like this because I'm being candid. See, we have to let other people know what's going on around town, because some news don't want to let you know certain things. And this is also, see, I use this platform also to alarm other black people what's going on. We have to let each other know. We can't rely on main media to tell our news, because they're not going to show it accurately and candidly, you know. You have to do it, right? If you don't do it, who will? It's not up to mainstream anything to love you. It's your responsibility to love yourself, to love your family, to love your neighbor. And it's up to you to network and communicate with your neighbors, your constituents, your community, what's going on. That's one of the steps to protect yourself, right? Years ago, in the 1970s, I have older siblings. I'm the youngest of 7 children. And we have a radio station. I think it's still on. It was radio station WBLS. And WBLS is a black radio station. Was considered a black radio station. I don't know who owns it or who owned it back then. And I remember in the morning, they would have, and I understand it now, it was a way of black New Yorkers, people from the New York tri-state area, to give a sense of community and unity. and they used to say, okay, the colors of the day is such and such and such and such. And people wear those colors, those who wanted to. Yeah. Why do you think they did that? To show a sense of unity and community. Make you feel like you're part of something larger. And it's their way to communicate information. I no longer listen to radio. I haven't listened to radio in a number of years. Yeah. I didn't watch. I don't watch. I got turned off from radio. Like I would listen to, for the past, when I did listen to it the past, let's say 17 years, it was always talk radio. I wasn't into music anymore. I mean, when I was a teenager and in my early 20s, I would listen to music. But now music is not as important to me now. I mean, as a thing to listen to. I like talk radio. I like conversation. And so the format that I give here is just conversation, just talk. I love talk. I love talk. So, let's see. So in the 1970s, there wasn't a lot of black institutions. You wanted to go to school? Thank you. Thank you. When I was, what was I just saying now? Something about growing, what was I saying? I know I was saying something about growing up. Okay, I was mentioning something about the radio. You see that when someone says something, I get distracted. Oh well. Yeah, growing up, it's pulling in. It's really a means of communicating with a larger group to feel that sense of community. I hope it comes to me what I was going to say. What's that? Yeah, okay, the institutions, back in the 1970s and even the 80s, there weren't a lot of things, things for the black community, the American community. You had West Indian radio stations, they had that too. English speaking, and then you have the Spanish speaking radio. They're exclusively for the Spanish speaking community. But it wasn't that many you could really, that was available. Main Street, the society, the neighborhoods, and I'm from Queens. I was born and raised in Queens, New York, one of the 5 boroughs. My little boy, he was going to go potty. He's doing that little twirling around. Okay. He didn't do anything, make anything, but he was doing the thing with the feet, scraping his feet. But yeah, there wasn't any real outlet. There was nothing, come on. Sorry guys. he's just like going, like doing that little circle thing, and you stop and nothing happens, and then he likes to smell things. Okay, he might do something. I'll show you. So you think he's going to go potty, but then he doesn't do anything. Lavin. I hope I got that. That's what's happening. He's just, and I'm getting frustrated. So I apologize if sometimes I come across a little aggressive. I just get impatient, but I have to be patient. They're just little babies, you know. He's a little boy, so I apologize. Yeah. See, the Black community doesn't really have institutions to be free in. So that's why you had Black radio as a means. Okay, here she goes. She's going to do something now. I mean, I say keep calling him a she, but it's a boy. You have to get the little baggie for them. I hear you. So I have to get the little baggie. And don't rush me, Lilac. Yeah, the little one that's barking now, the little brown one, the Shih Tzu. She's getting more feisty. Sorry. Yeah, she's getting more feisty here. You stop that, Lilac. She wants to run the show now. Okay, I just had to pick up his poo-poo. Yes, I pick up my doggy poo-poo. I don't mind it's no big deal for me. Good boy, Lavin. Okay. Yes, I knew he had to do something, but he just wasn't happening. So what else now? Yeah. See, back then, there wasn't a lot of institutions for Blacks to really gather. You're restricted. That's one thing, living in New York City, you're restricted. They have you living in urban centers like Harlem, Bedford-Stuyvesant, they call it Bed-Stuy for short. What else? So it was, let's see. Neighborhoods in, the South Bronx. These are areas that are highly condensed with people of the African diaspora. And that also includes our Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters, you know. But it was to keep you in there. And you don't get any services, it's filthy. But somehow, miraculously, other neighborhoods are swept, washed, okay? And news outlets. Mainstream news was just negativity about Black kids, teenagers, primarily Black boys. And the only place where you can really socialize was church. So that's why it seems like church was established, modern church established to keep Black people, to have us be able to legally meet somewhere. So you go in church. I didn't go, my parents weren't church people, but I had neighbors, the average Black family, neighbor, single family household, a lot of children. Both of my parents were always around. They were married and they lived together. But I had a friend I don't know what, I never asked her about her father. You know, you took things as it was. Some people have apples, some people have oranges. That's how I saw it. But sorry, this street is being, let me show you. See? See, that's what I'm trying to get through. Ah, yeah. So I just want you to see see, they do these repairs, and that's like a temporary covering, because they're probably fixing pipes, whatever. There are pipes underneath these streets. So, blacks and West Indians, our outlet was the church. And oh, my friend, neighbor across the street, she would go to church on Sunday, and she'd be there the whole day. And she even told me, like, they have dinner there, they have food, and it's to be an all-day event. So I think they used to live in Brooklyn, and then they moved to Queens, where, you know, around across the street from where I lived. So, and she said, oh yeah, we stay in church all day and blah blah blah. And that's the only place, really. And now there were clubs. I understand there are clubs. But when they did discuss clubs for blacks and West Indians, it always would be violence. Yeah, I went to some clubs. I was in my like 24, between the age of 23 and 24. I went to some clubs. It's in Manhattan, like in the village, I think in the Village. So it's a message I propped on my screen. So these would be the places. And then you hear, so the clubs that you would hear about shootings in churches. I mean, in the, in the clubs. People being shot and killed. And then by the time the hip hop music, what they call rap, and hip hop music came out and became more mainstream, like in the 1990s, forget about it, that's all you heard. So I never went to a black club. The club that I did go more than once is called, I think they're still around. It's called SUB. It stands for Sounds of Brazil. It came out, I think, also in the early 80s. And they would have, I remember the first time I went there, it was Brazilian night. You know, they played Brazilian music. And they had this can, like a soda can. It was called Brahma beer. And it had little, I guess, little beads inside, and you shake it. It makes little noise. They gave you that. And they played, I think, samba and things like that. It was nice. So I did that. And then in the early 90s, when I went, they have Haitian night. They play what they call compas music. Compas. I like compas. It's a Haitian music. I think that would be Tuesday. I forget. So any of you who know SOBs and what night was Haitian night, and I go. I'm not Haitian, but I like French Caribbean music. And you know, one thing with the Haitian community, uh, they're very well behaved, at least at that club. It was a safe outlet if you go on Haitian night, because people just dance and they dress their best. Some of the guys wore suits and ties, and the ladies, the Haitian ladies, dressed beautifully, beautiful conservative dress. It's very nice. It's very sophisticated. I liked it. Yeah. You can get dinner there, buy dinner there or drinks. And they have live band. They had a live band there. They had this famous Haitian band there, Combo, Tombo, something like that. They make they're a fantastic band. Fantastic Haitian band. Okay. The little boys. Yeah. It feels very nice. It's breezy. It's about 75 degrees. That's also why I wanted to leave. I figured, let me leave now with the babies, so that they can get some fresh air and it be cool. So there are clouds, but it's like the sun's not like directly on you. It feels very diffused. It's nice. It's a perfect day for my dogs. My Shih Tzu doesn't do well in direct sunlight. She doesn't like it. Yeah, I remember Haitian night. It was very, very nice. It's something. So I was limited places that I can go. And I know it might sound biased, but you have to do things for your safety. You can't go certain places because the likelihood, sorry, he's pulling again, the likelihood that something will happen. I mean, things can happen anywhere. Okay? Things can happen anywhere, you bet. But it's unfortunate that American black places seem to have a lot of the gang, guns. Jamaican places, guns. The Haitian places, or Haitian night, people just want to dance. Come. People just want to dance. So I went to Haitian night to meet other blacks. And one time I went to like what they call a new wave. This was back in the 80s. Another bug. Yeah, I forget the name of the place. But it had like what they call new wavers. What they call alternative music. Yeah, I did that also. I did that maybe twice. And it was safe. I went to places that I thought was going to be safe. You could just dance, act silly, and then go home. And I'm approaching the park. Come. So I now can take my doggy's mask off. Not mask, cone. Like you wait. Gotta take this off. She's getting really feisty. You wait. She has the best seat in the house. She has the best seat in the house and she's telling me to hurry up. That's what she's doing. Hurry up, mommy. See, now the sun is starting to come out. See that? That's what's happening. The sun is starting to come out and she doesn't want to be. Look at that. See how he's hot? Lily is hogging her. Okay. 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 Yeah. Okay, so now, so you have to always readjust in life. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. That's it. Come on, let's go. No. Don't do. The white one's not always good. The white one, you have to pull your dog away from. Sometimes my white dog gets kind of funny. See that? There you. Okay, just calm down. Oops, stop. You stop that. I'm sorry. Come, let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Come. Yeah. See, Lily, you saw that Lily got nervous or whatever. And yeah, she got a little nervous and then Lavin started. That's what I was afraid what was going to happen. So, yeah, that was back in the day. Yeah, I haven't been to a club, boy, over 20 years, I think. Yeah, and when I was in Hawaii, I didn't go in any club either. Yeah, things in Hawaii was, yeah, I lived there in Hawaii for almost 3 years. That was expensive. Yeah, that one might, I didn't have money for luxury, boy. Come on. Yeah, I didn't have money for luxuries. Things were very lean. Okay, you want to go on that side now. Now he wants to go on the other side. So that means I have to change the leash, put it on the other side. You wait. No, I'm not going to change it. At least not right now. Lala, you want to get out? You have to go potty? You need to come out? Oh, yeah? You heard that? You have to go? You have to go potty? Let me see if she has to go potty. Let me see if you have to go potty, big girl. Yeah, she had the surgery, so she really can't walk well. She had the back surgery. Lavin, No. Come, Lavin. Oh, she has, I think she has to go, yeah. My little baby girl. Yeah, see how she walks? Okay, okay. I don't want to see her go. Okay, she had to go pee-pee. Yeah, she's the one that had the back surgery. That's a good girl, Lilac. Good girl. Good girl, you're a good girl. Yeah, she had to go pee-pee. Yeah, she communicates. Oh, she may have to go again. Yeah, I think she has to go again, do some. That's why she didn't do number 2 this morning. See, let me show you how she walks. Shit. Lavi, cut it out. I get so angry at him when he just pulls like that. Because see, when they get wild, anything could happen, you know? Things could topple over. Okay, so she's going potty. Yeah, my little baby girl. Yeah, I'm glad I came here to the park. Get my little plastic bag. Good girl, Lilac. You're a good girl. Oops, sorry. The camera. Sorry. Sorry, big girl. Lily, you have to go potty? Yeah, I reuse like some people when they go potty, they throw away the bag right away. Well, my dogs, they'll keep going. I'm sorry. Oops. Yeah, my dogs, they keep going. They may go, one dog may go several times potty. Yeah. You're doing so well. You ready to go now? You ready to go back, girl? Okay. Okay. My little prune face. Isn't she sweet? I love her. Get this. Yeah. And I might as well fix the dog's leash, the other one. Sorry about that. Oh, I pulled off the wrong one. Pulled off the wrong one. Oh, I just leave it. Okay. Sorry about that again. In life, you have to readjust and then re-engage. Okay, so let's talk about, so the different clubs. So it's just a few clubs that blacks can go to a place and feel relatively safe. You get a mature clientele. It's a state of mind. It's not about how much money. And these were Haitians. They're not wealthy. They were just starting out in New York. A lot of them, they go to school. And they want to better themselves. I guess when you come from a place like Haiti, you just want relief. And so you're appreciative when you come to the U.S. It's a state of mind. I've met people, and this is not a put down. This is not designed to be a put down on any ethnic group or American blacks. It's not. What I'm saying is not about that. I'm not trying to imply or hurt someone's feeling. It's an observation, and it's to expose the state of mind, what's happening to many of us. Okay, that's all. For example, this was in the early 80s, and I had to find work, and so I started to do what they call temp work. I started out as a secretary. I did office work, secretarial, word processing. Okay, that's what I did initially. And then, thank you. And then what happened? Let's see. I knew someone who did also temp work, and they worked like in the photocopying center, like very large institutions. they have like a copy center. And in the center, like they have the Xerox machines, the photocopy machines. Okay, he wants to change again. I better change the loop on it. He wants to go on the left side now. Sorry, let me just fix this. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, you have to readjust. Get lilacs now. Sorry. Yeah, gotta readjust again, you know? Okay. So we should be good for a while, because see now the little boy, see he wants to go against the wall where you have all the, you're gonna be having grass and things like that. See that? That's where we're approaching now. Okay. So what I was saying now, in the copy center, this individual had told me, when you go to these large institutions, even as a temp, you're supposed to dress up. I mean, wear at least an iron shirt and slacks and shoes. And you had some West Indian immigrant males who were working in there, and they dressed to the T. And then you had American blacks doing the same work, and they were argumentative, and they dress like slob. They dress like they don't care. They say, oh, I'm just in the mail room. I'm just in this photo room. And you'll think that the guy who wore the nice slacks and iron button-down shirt, you think that he had an office job. So the mindset was, one was appreciative of the work that they were doing, and dress for success. He dressed as if he was a permanent worker there, someone who was going to move up the ladder. But if you just think your job is just a nowhere job and dress like a slob, it shows your mindset that you don't aspire to higher things for yourself. Let's say you didn't want to stay there. At least just use that job as a stepping stone, people. Use wherever you are in life, use it as a stepping stone. Learn as you go. You say to yourself, okay, I'm at this position in my life. Okay, where do I want to go from here? And what do I need to do to move up? To edify myself, to have bigger and better things. And you will move up. I'm sure that West Indian guy, I'm sure he got something better in life. See, if you don't appreciate what you have, it's okay to want more, but appreciate what you have and to move up. You have to. So, two people doing the same job, and you know who else had that funky behavior? It's just contrast. I'm just showing a contrast. It's not to embarrass, it's just to let you know what happened. Okay? I was in another situation. This was many years later. So that story was in the 1980s, the early 80s. No. It was the later 80s. This other situation, what was that now? Trying to remember. Oh, this was maybe 2007. I had an externship. I was in college at the time. I was working towards my master's degree. And yes, I completed it. Yay! It was hard, and I did want to quit because it was so difficult. At the externship site, see, this is about contrasting how different groups view the same thing, the same work. So it's not the work, it's how you perceive the work. I worked in the place where they prepare the food. This was in a rehabilitation center, like after you go to the hospital or something, and then you go to a place for in between going home. And the food service in New York City is Caribbean, Black and Caribbean. And at this instant, this particular place, the people who are cooking the food, overwhelmingly, let's say there were 8 people. 2 of those people were non-Hispanics. They were from the English-speaking islands of the Caribbean. One was Trinidad and the other was Jamaica. One was black. The Jamaican was black and the Trinidadian was an Asian, like from India ancestry, but from Trinidad. She was very West Indian, even though she was Asian. And the remainder staff, cooking staff, were Hispanics. One was from Central America. He was a dark-skinned black fellow. And others were lighter-skinned Hispanics. One was from Cuba, a light-skinned Cuban. And the others could have been from Puerto Rico, something like that, okay? And I was to learn from because I had to do a paper. You cut that out, Lavin. Yeah, in the park, in Central Park, the dogs could go without leash in certain areas. So that was a dog that didn't have a leash, but very well trained. And my little boy tried to lunge at the dog. I had to pull back. So, so what was going on with this cafeteria? The kitchen. Oh, the sun's coming out. Now it's coming strong. The kitchen staff, the Hispanics, and they came from different parts of the Spanish-speaking Americas. They work excellent together, excellent. Light and dark, they work well together. They're appreciative, yes, very appreciative of the work. They saw work as work, okay? But who was potty mouth? Well, the 2 Anglophone-speaking people of the Caribbean. I know this is not a rant against English-speaking West Indian people. Okay, it's not about that, but I'm showing a contrast of attitude. What was going on? What happened? Now, to get a job, now these jobs are union jobs. It's quiet. Union pay. Baby, you could support yourself with full-time work, union work. Okay, I think it's about $400 a week. At least when I worked in the kitchen, see, I did kitchen work. I was going, yeah, I went to many schools. I used to be in the cooking field as well. Yeah, it's getting, see, now it's getting hazy, that the sunlight gets affected. Okay. I used to be in the cooking field also, yes. Spirit Journey did tons of different type of work. I was trying to find myself and trying to where I could grow in. But yes, I was in the cooking field. I went to the New York Restaurant School and got my certificate at that school in pastry arts, and I graduated with honors. I didn't get the extra honors. I got really stressed out. But either way, when I was in the field, it's mostly men that work in the kitchen, mostly men. Come, Lavi, come. Most overwhelmingly men, and no black women, no black American women, period. And I got paid $400 a week. That was 22 years ago. That was in 97 and early 98. So I know what the work is like. So in 2007, I had an externship to work at this location, the rehabilitation center in New York City. And part of my rotation was to work in this kitchen and learn the setup, how it operates, the whole operation of kitchen. So that included menu planning, the storage and supply, inventory, everything. So I noticed that the two Anglophones, the Jamaican and the Trinidadian, one male, one female, the female was from Trinidad, the male was from Jamaica. They were very hostile, argumentative, and no one's talking to them. And they work in different locations. You know, it's in the same kitchen, but they do different work. And I didn't understand why they were so angry. The Jamaican had an attitude of like the white man, this and that mentality. And the lady was just Miss Grumpy. But the Spanish-speaking people were pleasant, happy, and they just did their work. The Cuban on time, he didn't seem to like me. He was pit bull without a leash. Yes, I moved my little boy away. Yeah, I don't trust him. Yeah, he's off a leash. Let me show you. Go ahead. Okay. So I guess the owner is the one wearing all black. See that? I hope I got that. Yeah, I am afraid of pit bulls. And I don't like how my I just want safety, that's all. So why is that? It's attitude. They all got paid the same amount of money. Okay? It's union pay, so they're protected, their rights are protected. I noticed something else. And I'm going to say it. It could have, it's quiet. That's lilac. See, the sun is not coming out. Come on, Lavin. He stays. He's sniffing the grass. Come on. Yeah, so, let's see. Sorry. Come. What I noticed, I had worked in another, I had to go to a facility, health facility, and yeah, it was in East, Alphabet City. So it's downtown, it's near the village, East Village, but it's east of the East Village, and it's called Alphabet City. And there, you had this medical place, and all Hispanic, and they worked beautifully together. It was all female, very nice. You go in, no no bother. Then I had to go. There was some other place, a health service place, and most of the women, let's say there were 4 women. One was Anglophone, and the other 3 were Hispanic, light-skinned Hispanic women. And the Anglophone was dark-skinned, I think an American. At least she sounded like an American black. And there was hostility coming from her, the English-speaking woman. And it's really something. So I'm wondering, is there a correlation? Sometimes when people feel like they don't belong, or feel that they're not liked, they start to act up. What could happen, at least with the girl, the English-speaking black girl, and the 3 Hispanic, light-skinned Hispanic women? What the games that happen here in New York, the Spanish-speaking start to speak Spanish with each other, even though it's an English-speaking place. And it's usually done to show dominance, to let the other employee know that we dominate this place and we don't like you. And the black girls, the Anglophone black girl, feels this. And so it's no sisterhood. It's a dichotomy. It's polarity, big time. And that's when you usually see the black girl getting argumentative at everything. And I feel badly. And the same thing with the kitchen staff at the externship. I'm wondering whether or not the 2 Anglophones was feeling the pressure of not being Hispanic and being outnumbered. They're all protected by the same law, they'll have their own task, but it wasn't good. This is also an element with in New York employment. You have newer groups, newer non-white groups who may pit against each other subtly via language. I would tell, if I had a young daughter, I would want her to be know more than 1 language. And I would encourage them to learn the major languages, English and Spanish, if they were to live here in New York. Rather than, see, if you know the language of a people, it's that much more empowering to you. So you don't walk around feeling defeated. If you understand what they're saying and able to speak, and to them, they know that they cannot say things behind your back. Because see, girls are catty like that. They'll switch their language so you don't understand and say something nasty about you. See, that's a coward. That is a coward. You're going to say something, say it to the person's face and have a good reason why. But it's usually stupidness, right? It's stupidness. And I think it's foolish behavior because, see, women, you may be riding high in this small little battle, but there's a war going on. And there is a war against the woman. There are some places in the world where women can't even drive a car. They have to be escorted everywhere by a male, even if the male is an infant. Okay? These things happen to women because we don't stick together and help one another out. And what a lot of women do is they sleep around. Yes, you have women who sleep around and sleep with your husband or boyfriend. And it's done for what they think is to empower their position. But just a reminder, ladies who do nastiness like that. You've heard of the name Mussolini? He was a leader of Italy during World War II. But let me tell you, well, Mussolini, he was a married man. He even had a child. And but he also had a mistress. You have a lot of Europeans, they have their mistresses. Especially, no, I'm not going to go there. But they have a lot of mistresses, European men. And come on, come. And what happened was after the war, they strung up Mussolini. They didn't string up his wife and child. They left them alone. But who did they string up with Mussolini? His mistress. And they beat them to death. And it's on video. Yeah, you'll probably be able to see, you type on YouTube, Mussolini's death. Yeah, it was horrible. Yep, they got her, the mistress, and Mussolini. So you ladies who think you could sleep your way to a lifestyle, that is a trampy lifestyle. I don't believe in eating leftovers of others. I'll have my own little food, and when I'm full, I put my food in the refrigerator, and at a later time, I take out my leftovers and eat it. You don't eat off of other people's leftovers. Okay? I'm using that as an analogy. So some of you think you play it like that. And everywhere around the world, it's the same thing, especially in what they call third world nations. That's Africa, the West Indies too, South America. The women aren't really, I mean, you're destitute. Some of you may be married to men that have a good position, but those men are often with other women. Okay? So there's no sanctity in that house when your man is cheating on you. It's horrible. And in the Middle East, the Arab world, Arab Muslim world, it's even worse. It's horrible. Your property, you're beaten. They even cut you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I hear you. Yeah, it's awful. For me in the work field, it seems like I get it hard from all angles. When I'm with American black women, mistreated, a jealous spirit. When I'm with Russian women, not nice at all. It's hard. It's hard when you're not, when you're different. So it's hard to navigate. But I'm not in the, what do you call it, the the work field. Um, yeah, I'm not. No, it's a guy who's using hand signals for to cross lanes. Yeah, it's hard to know where you really fit in. But currently, yeah. So I'm not in a. Stop it, Lavin. It's pulling again. And he pulled from behind on an angle, trying to get to another dog. You stay by my side. It's hard to know where you fit in. See, you are who you are, and it's the energy. You know, we all bring in our history. Come on, Lavin. We all have our history. You go on the other side, Lavi. Good boy, you're a good boy. Good boy, Lavin. Yeah, I think he'll stay on this side now because we're getting up to grass. They have to navigate also because he likes to smell different things. So now to my right is more grass, so he's gonna want to go to the right now. My right where you have the grass. Let me show you. See? So he wants to go to the grass. See? Yeah. Sorry. Absolutely beautiful. So what was I saying now? Oh, the different, yeah, we when we're born, we get programmed socially. So it's not just genetics, it's socialization. And I see that my socialization is one thing. But because of what I look like and what I was socialized to be, clash. And so those other groups out there respond. And yes, there is colorism. If women really saw how powerful we can all be, and I'm not a woman's libber. I'm not a woman's libber. I'm about freedom for all. But I guess the position that I'm in, because the way I look and my social background, my education, and my exposure, allows me to see both halves of the spectrum. Yeah, I'm able to see black environment, European environment, white environment, all different types of social groups. And so I'm able to navigate to some degree and be able to tell my experiences. Not all our experiences will be the same, but I share it through my perspective so that, yeah, I get to that. Let me show you this. I always show when I come to this point. Look at that. Oh, stop that. See that? I always stop here. This is beautiful. Isn't that beautiful, people? See, that's beauty. And I like this here, the overpass. I think it's so beautiful. Lavin, let's cut it out, Lavin. You stop that. I can't stand when he does that. Sounds like a madman. Stop that. I apologize, people. It's just a person with their dog walking and wants to. He doesn't want to be violent. He wants to, get to, socialize. Wow, this is nice, this overpass. Hear the crickets? Let me let you hear the crickets. Hear the crickets? It's very cool. This is what the ground looks like below. It's very shaded here. Wow. Does any of you know what type of vines these are? If I get a house, I have a garden, I would like to build something like this. You can use it like a prayer thing. You can do your exercise under the canopy. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? So, what else? What was I just talking about? Yeah, so I have a perspective on different ethnic groups, but it's not comprehensive. You know, I'm not the only one. You know, there's all different experiences, and it's good to share your experiences because we have to teach one another. And one of those lessons is when you get a little Shih Tzu, get prepared to be bossed around. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, school's about to start. Wow, my nose is itching now. Yeah, I use essential oils blend in my nostrils to fight against the viruses and bacteria of this, you know, all this so-called pandemic. Yeah, I use it. At least I do that. I know I don't have my mask on. But, you stop that. You stop that. She has the best seat in the house. She didn't have to walk one bit, and she's bossing me around. She's trying to tell me, Mommy, you better keep moving. Don't stop for Lavin. There's Lavin. He's smelling. I want him to enjoy the garden too. See, he needs this more than the other two. He's a little boy, and he's very outdoorsman. I'm sorry, I shouldn't show him pee like that. He needs it. Yeah. He needs it. He needs that extra. He needs that stimulation, that mental stimulation. So, yeah, we have to start teaching one another. We have to teach, oh yeah, what I was going to mention. We have to teach our children. You need information, and so it's good to know from a Black perspective, my perspective, what my experiences are to help prepare you and how to teach your children the do's and the don'ts. And one thing, oh, what I was going to say earlier, I got distracted, that language. See, you have some New Yorkers, you have a growing number of Spanish-speaking people in New York City. And I'm primarily, you stop that, I'm primarily addressing the ones from the Caribbean. They know that they want it over the American blacks. And they may try to dig it in and against you and speak their language. You teach your children, especially if you're a Black American, you know, generationally here, you know, you're brought here directly as a slave as an enslaved person. I'm addressing those people primarily. You teach your child Spanish. If you're going to live in New York City, African American people, Black American people, just closing this up. You teach your children a foreign language. Master your native language. have them read books, and then also teach them Spanish if they're going to stay and live in New York City. Because this is what the game that is played when I was in the workforce. That's the word I was saying. When I was in the workforce, I'm no longer in the workforce. And thank God. But, and whites also are being affected by it. White Americans are being affected by it. They say, just looking at the cyclists, they stay right next to each other, those professional looking cyclists. They go in a pack, they're like inches apart from each other. Okay, when you're looking for a job, and this is what they tell you, oh, we're looking for bilingual people. And that's a code for Hispanic, okay? They want a Spanish girl to work in the office. And American blacks primarily just speak English. I'm talking about American, blacks who were brought directly here to become enslaved. I'm talking about that demographics. You just speak English, or they call Eubonics, right? They say that to you, that we want a bilingual person. That's what was said in the 1990s. And it was just a way to discriminate against black people, black American people. So they were just hiring Hispanics. Back then it was mostly Puerto Ricans that they hire. Okay, and the black girls would get upset. And rightly so, I would be upset too. But that was the game. They used the bilinguals to be the receptionists, so that if people come, they speak other language. But it was just a way. See, they liked a lighter skinned face. They liked they looked different. It was race, it was colorism, because they didn't like darker skinned people. The employer was usually white. And they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with a black American woman because our reputation is to be streety, loudmouth, and you don't present yourself in a professional manner, many of us. How we dress, how we look, even how we put on our makeup, everything. Our presentation sucks. And the Hispanic girls from the Caribbean, they generally dress very sexy, and they're very good at styling their own hair. So they hire them. So many of them, they may not even speak English well. Get this, they can't speak English well, and it's an American company, but they say they want someone bilingual, but they can't speak English. And maybe the Spanish that they speak may not be polished. But it's just a way to discriminate against hiring black people, black American people. So you get angry because you know the game that's being played. So you feel unattractive, you feel defeated in your own land. And I understand. So, to get around that, you need to be bilingual, multilingual. Yeah, I even met a white woman, and I think she was an Ashkenazi. I told this story before. And she was going for a job, and when I met her, she was teaching herself this other exotic Asian language. And she had gone one day to a company to look for work, and it said bilingual. So she thought, oh, let me go for this. I'm multilingual. And then she goes, and they say to her, oh, we want someone who speaks Spanish. They didn't say that in the ad. And she was livid. She says, but I speak multiple languages. She says, no, we want someone who can speak Spanish. Then they should say so, the person advertising, right? See that? So the lady was angry. She was telling me this story for whatever reason. You stop that, Lilac. So the lady was telling me the story, the Ashkenazi looking lady. And she said, I will never learn that language, Spanish, ever. She was into foreign languages. And she decided for herself, because of that experience, she said, I would not learn it to spite it. Yeah? See, that's also what I'm getting at. See, it wasn't that they wanted a bilingual person. See, like, let's say you're in Chinatown and they say, we want someone bilingual. They mean someone Chinese and English. Okay? But outside of that, if you're not in Chinatown, something like that, and they say bilingual, that's what they mean. English and Spanish. And you don't even have to really speak English. Even though this is America, and speak Spanish. So it's a way of a social engineering society to encourage one group over another. So there with the white lady, it's cheaper to get an immigrant from what they call Latin America. It's cheaper to get them from Latin America rather than hiring a middle-aged white woman. Right? So that's what I'm saying. They want to hire cheap. It's not that they love certain ethnic groups. It's about economics. It's about race. It's about colorism, racism, and social engineering, and to let you know who they want to promote, because it's just a means of control and to keep the opposition down. Who's the opposition? Black people. So that's what's happening. They are saying, we don't want you. So people, Black America, you have to start thinking smart. Some of us are brilliant. You better start learning. If you're going to stay in New York City, you better learn the language. Also, see, it's more than just for employment. The Hispanic group in New York is the largest ethnic group. And for you to feel, at least, it'll just help your mind when you could communicate with people who are getting from you. And also, it helps you understand their culture. Language is culture. To understand somebody's language is getting into the psyche of, oh, that's a cute little dog. Okay. I hope I got that. You saw the little dog? Yeah, it's a matter of, it's psychologically, when you understand a people, I'm not saying you have to agree with them, but it's getting into the mind, because a language has its own mind. And when you can get into the mind of that person, you don't feel as much as a victim, and you actually feel empowered. And it helps you feel more connected. It really works. It really works. You speak their language. Again, they don't have to like you. You don't have to like them. But when you're able to speak somebody's language, honey, it's half the battle. And they'll say, wow, to themselves. You went out your way to learn my language, my culture. That's a compliment. So You're going to stay black America, ladies especially. You better start teaching them, or when they go to school, require them to learn a foreign language. That's what I would say if I had a child now. And I would like to bring them to different environments. And you have to learn about different cultures. You find blacks who are willing to go outside their community. And it's not about hating your own community. It's not about that. But see, it's the history of what's happening to Black America here in the United States of America. It's not happening here with us, it's happening against us. As a tool to help you expand, you have to know what's going on around you socially. And the more you could relate to other groups, if you have to, you'd be able to graft in, or at least live amongst other people. Because who wants to stay in a ghetto? And if we could transform the ghetto, and that's what one of my videos was about, that I did, I think, yesterday. We have to transform our mind in the ghetto. Yeah, I did a video last night. I discussed about the woman with the 3 kids, and she was encouraging, the children could have been around 6 or 7 years of age. These were the ghetto of the ghetto, the street of the street. It might be a homeless shelter nearby. It was on 23rd Street in Manhattan, on the west side in Chelsea. And sorry, I got distracted there. It was a puppet mobile. Here, let me show it. Hope I got it. City Park's Puppet Works, Puppet Mobile. That? I just wanted to show that. So, yeah, this is my turn here. I'm going to turn down in here. Oh, what was I saying now? Yeah, because you may be forced to move. Who wants to stay? Oh, yeah, about the lady that I saw yesterday. It was a black woman, a very impoverished a very impoverished American black woman. That's what she sounded like. And what happened? She was she was encouraging and teaching the child, the 2 boys, to beat each other up. First, she had the little boy punch her real hard in her leg and everything. I was watching, and she said, "Go F him up." But she said the full word. And I said to myself, "Let me get out of here." So I had my stroller, and I zoomed past her, and then all of a sudden, you hear screams of a woman, real loud. It was her on the ground, on top of the 2 children. Yeah, they were all fighting. What, beep, 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 watch it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So it was, my little boy wants to get this. Yeah, that's what I saw. I witnessed that. And everybody turned around. No one got in. Then they eventually got up, and I was afraid. You have Black American people losing their minds, not teaching their children things that are helpful. Some may say, some people of the street will say, yeah, teach your little kid how to fight. You don't go punch your mother. This woman went beyond any social reason. It's pathetic. So This thing's gonna be happening here in New York City. Things are gonna really get bad. People are gonna freak out, and I think people are gonna freak out with this election that's coming up in just a couple of months. You have women like that who are supervising children. I also told about that video yesterday, in the same video I did of the other black woman who had patches, bald spots on her head, but you saw like in the flesh, it was maybe she had fire burns on her head and blotches, so you could see it looked like it was scaly, but the flesh was gone. So you see part of the sky. Oh God, it was. And she's just sitting in a wheelchair with all her paraphernalia. It was something. These people, when that time comes, if Trump doesn't win, if Trump wins, if it's just a car coming by. If Trump wins, it's going to be melee. Yep. You're going to have melee. You're going to have people like that lady with those 3 kids, and anarchy, discord of all kinds. You think someone, she may be able to survive on the street, but is she going to have community? No. She'll live her time and then perish. I'm frightened at this. I'm frightened that all what we worked towards from the 1950s and 60s and just our ancestors, it's just going to all go down the drain. Don't let that happen to your community. You have to, where you stand in life. Like what I mentioned about the job, the West Indian man who's working in the office and the copy center, and he chose to wear a nice, clean, iron shirt, button-down shirt and slacks and shoes, versus the American black who's wearing smelly clothes, raggedy. They did the same work, probably got the same pay, but perspective. Who's going to move up? Who's going to move down? Right? Right? Who's going to move up? It's your mind. So I do this video to encourage us to use our minds. I'm going to go a different, separate route. Yeah, I'm not going to take this. This is the route that I usually take. It's beautiful, huh? That's the route I usually take. But I'm just going to go around. I'm going to go around this way, this route. Just a little different. Yeah, I'm going to end this video shortly. I know it's a long one. But you have to get my message, my point. It's not what happens to you. It's what you do with what happens to you. Are you going to look at your life as half full or half empty? And if you know that so-and-so doesn't like you, and that they just want so-called bilingual people, well, you learn another language. Also, learning another language helps you to negotiate with other groups. Let's say business. You could speak another language. Hey, business opportunities. Yeah. So if you could speak someone's language and understand the basic rudiments of their culture, you'll be able to understand them and promote commerce. A link between your community and their community people, right? That's what it's about. That is what it's all about. You have to prepare. You have to do something. You can't just, because now, see, the world is so big. People can communicate. People communicate now over the internet. You can have people from Europe, Africa, Asia, South America, Caribbean, Australia. You could communicate with these people. And maybe you could develop a commerce. Right? See, you don't need white people anymore for a job. Because not everything's going internet. So you invest in a good system. That's also why I bought my equipment yesterday. Whether I use it to the same degree, but at least I have it, and when I need to use it, I want it available. That's what it's about. That's what it's all about. Yeah, sorry. You want to now expand. You can learn different languages, what interest you have of other groups. Learn about their culture maybe. Find out what makes them tick. And communicate. And they'll be able to understand you. You can teach them about you. Rather than what white people say about you. You'd start teaching people about you and your culture, your food, your music. You have the platform to do it. You don't even need a bugle horn. You can just get a computer or just a phone. Do a live stream on YouTube and teach people about you. That's why I do what I do. That is why I do what I do. I want people to know about me. And only you can teach you. Yeah, it's going to get ugly out there. It's going to get ugly. So, Black America, who I really love, I want you to love yourself. The past is the past. Make a future for yourself. And I want to make a future for me. Think of something beautiful. Don't compromise. See, some of us are compromising. We become musicians and we start talking potty mouth. You have these rappers who talk about the white man. They talk about the bitches, as they use the term. They use all these pejoratives. They use the N-word. But they're living in mansions. You hear me? These people are promoting the depraved minds, a retrobate mind. Talk about poverty, and they're living in splendor because they sold themselves. So they're promoting this decay attitude. Oh, this is nice here. Wow, I'm going to take this road down here. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that pretty? That is pretty. That's pretty. I'm going to take the, you stop that. I'm going to take the left. No, I'm going to take the right. I'm going to take the right. That looks inviting. I hope it goes up and around. Yeah, so here you got these rappers. Talk about the ghetto and this and that, and they're living in a mansion. See that? They no longer represent you. But they're keeping you in the mindset of a poor person. Oh, this is nice too. Wow, look at that. This is gorgeous. People, you're being fooled. Black people, you're being fooled. People of the Caribbean are being fooled. They watch all these videos about black people and black Latinos and these people who you idolize are exploiting your position, and it's a joke. It's a real joke. Wow, look at this here. Look at all these different roads. So you got 2 roads there. You got these. You got that. Why I show you this, people, is that in life, where you stand, you're going to have different roads. Look at that tree. It has all this graffiti on it. First time I saw this. See that? I'll get you, Lily. See that? So I show you this because where you stand in life, you can have choices. You take the best road that you know. You pray before you go. You say, universe, creator, I stand here in life and I need direction. Please direct my path. Okay? So, I tell you that also. You have these people in the music industry, actors and actresses, they already have their piece, but they're trying to keep you at an old mindset. And I'm trying to tell you to wake up, to go against the system of control, to keep you poor up here. Don't be like that guy in the photocopying room, where being shabby and complaining, and the person working with him get paid the same amount. You cut it out. Okay? Make a choice. And I think the Creator will honor it and direct you in the path that is best for you. Okay? Don't forget to smell nature and its beauty. Okay? Peace, love, and joy. I wish you all well. Bye-bye.